I'm Joanna Garzilli, award-winning author and life coach. Welcome to the Looking Glass podcast. I feel the practice of Muay Thai martial arts gives me the gift of seeing the disconnects in my mind. And I want to share with you a couple of key things that are really helping me understand more about where I can loop in my mind, or I can unravel, or I can get driven to a detriment. And my intention is that I can reflect with you, to you, to help you find more peace within yourself. And it just so happens to be Muay Thai. If you don't know what Muay Thai is, it's kickboxing, and it originates from Thailand. And I feel in a lot of ways it reminds me of yoga and choreographed dance, and I'll explain more why in a moment. And I also had these preconceived ideas of, it's a fighting sport. But what I feel is that, or what I'm learning, I should say, is that it is helping me channel the negative part of me that wants to fight, that wants to get revenge, that gets frustrated, and to be able to focus my energy into a sequence of actions that will help me be more useful, more understanding, and not like, I'm better than that person, or I can take you down, or, I'm really scared of this person. I feel that they're so far beyond me, so I'm just going to cower in the corner. I'm not going to participate. And there's an array of other feelings that I've gone through, but those are the ones that come to my awareness right now. I was doing a class earlier, so this was just pure boxing today. I've been doing Muay Thai for I've done about 5 weeks now of total training. And so I just went to this boxing class, and we were putting together these different moves. And I was partnered with someone who was brand new as well. And that was really good for me because we went at a slower pace. And I was having a really hard time understanding how to put these different moves together. Even the most basic moves of a jab cross, and then the jab cross hook, and then other things with that. But just to keep it simple for right now, what I became aware of was how slow I was. I felt so slow. And I'm okay with being a beginner. I've put myself in different situations in the past where I've learned that lesson to get outside of my comfort zone and just know I don't have to be brilliant at this thing. If I just keep going, if I keep showing up, I can get better. So as I went through this process of learning to do the hook and how to, I've already forgotten the term, but when you go off to the side, like when someone's coming at you to punch, and it's not dark, it's gone out of my head. Of course, it'll come back later. So this just goes to show, again, for me, that I can't remember the name of it, I need to keep going back and practicing. Some part of me couldn't retain that, and I need to have more groundedness, more presence. What I will share with you that was positive, and then I'm going to bring it back around to what this means for life, is that I was able to then put the moves together. It was at first, it was so hard. And then I was able to just count in my mind, be really focused. And then I was able to get a little bit faster. But if I tried to go too fast, then I would just lose it again. And it's bothering me right now that I cannot remember what it is when you move off to the side. This just amazes me that I can't remember. So there's something important in that. And you could use this same thing for if you were going to do sun salutations in yoga and understanding how to go through that sun salutation, what comes next in that yoga flow. And I think the main thing, I've heard this often, but I know for myself it's important not to compare yourself to someone else. And this is something that I have moments that I can be horrible at that I will compare myself to someone else, where I will see myself above them or below them, better than them, worse than them, stronger than them, weaker than them. One of the other gifts I received today in the boxing class was I turned to my coach and I said, I didn't keep my gloves up to defend. And he said, you were aware. It's good that you have the awareness. And then I thought, this is great. This is really good because there's so much that I am still getting wrong in my life that I haven't been able to figure out, but I'm aware of it. And so if I'm aware of it and I keep showing up, if I keep reflecting, self-reflecting, then I'm going to make progress. And so sometimes when we reflect together, we might have some incredible aha, some wonderful breakthrough. We're going to feel like, yes, this is all worth it. Sort of like how I said the sequence came together for me. And then other times it might feel like nothing's moving forward. What's the point? I've heard it all before. I've heard this. I know that. I've read 50 self-help books. I've listened to all these, whoever the expert is, podcast episodes. I know these principles. I know these slogans. But life, it's daily practice. The things that are important to you and important to me take practice. And the more you and I can show up and be kind to ourselves, that was something that I think I'd written down. I wrote down when I looked at this concept of contraction, inward reflection. And I thought, how can I be more in harmony next week? And I put exercise consistently. Well, so far I've done that. Eat and drink healthy. I've done that. Be honest with myself. I am honest with myself, but I don't know what I don't know. If I have a blind spot and I think I'm being honest with myself, again, this goes back to the idea of the illusion of the looking glass. And so I feel it's vitally important and valuable to be able to show up with humility. And I'll say for myself here, humility instead of shame. I feel a lot of time in the past when shame has got me to a place where I've been willing to change myself. And then as soon as things have gone better and I have been in humility, but then they've got better, even better still. And then I've got cocky and a little bit arrogant. And then I will slip back into shame again. Shame, humility, cocky, arrogant. Shame, humility, cocky, arrogant. Wow, it feels like that jab, cross, hook, uppercut. I'm going to have to go write that down for myself because I know there's more to unpack with that. And that is the power of self-reflection. It is for me anyway. And then I've got to look at, okay, well, this idea of humility, oh, be humble, or, oh, I was arrogant. But what does that really mean? I've then got to make contact. I've got to sort of like how a punch connects with the pad that is being held for me in a drill, in practice. I've got to look at what situation is happening. What am I experiencing and making contact with when I am humble, when I am shameful, when I am cocky, when I am arrogant. Thank you for taking time to reflect with me. And I look forward to getting deeper into this idea of how to make that connection, to be able to go further into that self-awareness. I'm Joanna Garzilli. I'm sending you lots of love, and I look forward to reflecting with you next time.